Right, so hi everyone. So this is actually the one for the Lionsgate portal, and I'm filming it on the day before. So I've just filmed some of the wee shorts that I'm doing. So I've filmed them all in advance. And I pulled higher heart chakra, so I'm just mentioning it in case it comes out again. But I feel that energy is going to be important too, and me just pulling that for this. So what have we got? I'm not going to shuffle for too long because my wrist is sore. So what have we got? And also, so I always forget, and I was reminding myself about that, right? In different traditions, the right and the left side of the body are connected with divine feminine, divine masculine. Like different traditions say different things, but the way that I'm taking it is, it's a message to fall more into your feminine. So take from that what you will. So whether you're the feminine or the masculine, it's about needing rest. And I did feel it was more the masculine. But I mean, you could be a feminine, you're needing more of that. I know that I'm needing loads more rest than usual, which is really annoying and frustrating because I love Leo season. I love it for just before it would have been partying. Back in the day when I started this 10 years ago, it would have been like I would have planned all my work so I could just have loads off to go and get pissed and basically that. Whereas now it's not like that. Like I do allow myself to have a few drinks and that in August, but really like literally just a few. So well, maybe I do binge drink the one night out, but it's like, but just kind of take the foot off the gas a little bit and relax. But it's I'm not so big on the drinking part of it, but it's fun. What have we got? Lionsgate portal energy. So right now as it stands, I'll actually know. I'm sure I'll know, but I'm not leaving it that last minute. So I feel I will just be going live, like I've been doing anyway. I'll be going live tonight. So yeah, I'll probably go live about 7 o'clock UK time. I might end up being a bit late actually, maybe because it's the 8/8 portal. I might go live at 8 to be cute, but also because I feel I might do stuff. I'm definitely going to do stuff in the membership before. So yeah, I think maybe I might go in the membership about 7, 7:30, and then be in public 8, 8:30. So just you can check what that is for your for wherever you are, and we'll do some paid offerings that way because I kind of felt it was going to go more that way, but you never know. Sometimes I have got last minute people, so if last minute people have signed up tonight or last night as you're watching this, then okie doke. Unless I've released this, I might just release it the night I'm filming it. But yeah, so come and join us if you're at a loose end on the Lionsgate portal. And I feel in the membership, although I'm going to hang out live in the membership for a prayer circle and just to hang out and do a picker file and stuff like that, I feel like I'm going to do an exclusive channeling for the membership. So I think that's what I'll do instead of, because the Zoom's not going ahead, I'll just do something in there for like the second level upwards. So if you're on the second level upwards, you'll get access to that. And that's because I'm going to start doing more things like that. Because I have to, do you know what I mean? If people aren't signing up for the group things, it's like, again, I think I'm just basically going to shuffle everything around because, like, I was testing out that, whether to do that third level, like to focus on, if people need support with, things like ADHD and that. I get a lot of people that struggle with similar things to me, and I've got the strengths to help them with it. It's like that's how it works, Whatever you're not so good at, the other person's good at. That's like twin flames too, actually. Whatever you're not so good at, the other person's good at. But so, that's why you might think it's not connected, but it is connected. But just for me personally, for my personal, I do attract so many women and men with ADHD and all the rest of it. So, because when you've got things like that, you're also very high, attention dialed into a higher dimension. That's what I like to say. It wasn't me that coined it, but I heard it like, I don't know, like 10, 50 years ago or something. And I always like to use that. So, but yeah, I don't know, but I will do something with that. And like I said, the very top level is twins and union, and I'm keeping that, just keep it until but the third one I might change up a little bit. I'll just see. Oh, what's this? I've not seen this one. That keeps happening. Ether, the seamless unspeakable. Number 11. The infinite, 49. So I'll read them both. Starseed elemental. Got 5 minutes until I'm meant to be live. I leave it, Venus and Aries, like leaving it to the last minute. So someone might be leaving it to the last minute to jump into your life with me saying it like that. So the seamless, unspeakable, 0 point field, the void, blank canvas, threshold, anything is possible. Oh my God, I love that for the Lionsgate portal. Choose, time to choose what you want to bring into your life. Endless possibilities, limitlessness paradox. Now, Limitless is a film, which I say all the time, it's a brilliant film. I've seen it twice. I don't think I would ever watch it again. Maybe I would if it was like, with someone, but I don't even think I would then. But maybe if they muted it or I went to make a cup of tea at the bits, there's golden bits in it basically. But it's a brilliant film. And but the biggest bit is about, it's like when the guy, Bradley Cooper, takes the pill, it's like, he gets all this like rush of energy, and it's very much like that's like a Kundalini awakening, you know what I mean? It is a really good example for that. And it's so yeah, I don't know, that's what just popped in my head with me saying limitless. It's somebody could be going through a massive transformation like that, like just getting all this information from somewhere, like channeling basically, you know what I mean? But that's not what it is in the film, but that's what it's reminding me of. And it was because somebody had said that to me once, and I hadn't seen it at the time. And then when I did see it, I was like, oh my God, like totally. So, you know what I mean? They didn't use that exact example, but it was something like that. Like it was, I can't remember, it was just, they mentioned that film, and now it's like, that's what I got from it. It was like, whoa, like, do you mean it's like the Kundalini awakening? This illuminated space of no distraction, of pure potential, is beyond the threshold. It is silent, meditative moment out of time, the centered and present place beyond the hustle of the mind and the outside world. It is where all dreams are birthed, and it is the light we may fear to be the darkness, when just for one moment everything ceases to exist. This is a place between the worlds, the womb before we incarnate, and from here we can choose where we go. The land has been tiled in readiness for the flowers we wish to seed. Outdated doors have been closed, and the space between the breaths we open the new ones. I'm just realising something, right? Because I'm just piecing this together. I'm just wondering, so remember, my light, the way my light language comes through is basically it's metaphors and analogies, and it's kind of like you understand what you're meant to understand, and other people, if you don't understand it, you're probably not meant to. But what I'm getting from that is because that was something very similar was said to me in a personal reading, that example, it's like I really do feel they're trying to tell me, it's like visions that you have had for a long time, or that other people have had that they've channeled to you. It's like we're in the quickening, and things are all catching up. So think back to, some of the general readings you might have caught of like mine or other people's, that you're like, oh, that, by the way, what the fuck? I put some more blusher on. It might be a little bit too much. Anyway, whatever. It's I just chuck it on. And it's always amazing. People like, fairly often people are like, oh, I love your makeup and that. I'm just kind of like, I like chuck it on, you know what I'm saying? But yeah, anyway, it's like I'm feeling a bit more exposed with my hair up. I don't wear my hair up a lot. So maybe you might feel a bit exposed, vulnerable, that kind of energy. You're like, showing, you're being seen. People often say that when you've got your hair up, you feel you're more seen. Because people can hide behind their hair. I've definitely done that, but I'm probably silly. But yeah, that's what, it's hard to explain what I mean, but it's like things could be manifesting that have been said to you like years ago. And and I, like, listen, I might be one that passed on messages, but I'm the same. Like, I've heard messages from people, I'm like, it felt with every core of my being to be true, but like years. But and I mean, like sorry to birthday as well, but I mean like literal years pass by, and that's what I mean about like I'm keeping this anonymous and respectful, but it's like I've heard amazing channeled messages before, but every time I'm thinking of it, it's people with like less experience, so it does matter. And that's one thing that I just, as a teacher, I'd like to pass on for people that don't get it. If you do understand that, I'm fine, but to remember that if you do pass on messages, to remind people it's the past, present, future, who knows what's what, the person's going to realise eventually. And if it happens to resonate in the moment, that's the luck of the draw. Like a lot of the time, this is what's weird, a lot of the time when I read in public on the live stream, you'll see people resonating in real time. I don't know why that is, but I wouldn't say that's so much the case with the unlisted. Maybe actually the most recent unlisteds I've done, one of them I can think of, the other one hasn't watched it yet. Yeah, that person was like, yeah, this is completely spot on where I'm at right now. So yeah, but it's not always like that. So you've got to, this is why I would say you've got to take things with a pinch of salt. It's not that the person channeling the message is wrong. It could just be like way off. So you know what I mean? It depends though, because I don't know who you go to for messages, but anyway, it's a bit of a that's why, if I'm really honest, that's why I can get fed up of doing this. It's like, and it's why I had to wean myself off watching loads of other people's stuff, because it can be addictive, and you're like, oh my god, something's going to happen. Fucking for like 3 months is passing, 6 months, 9 months, 10 months, a year, 2 years, 5 years, 6 years, 10. You get what I'm saying? Like, you've got to live your life, especially the Twinflame journey. You can't sit around waiting on them to turn up. I know it can be very hard and easier said than done, but in this, remember, it's the Lionsgate portal. If you're watching this in real time, I closed my eyes and opened them at 11:11, and I also looked at a clock near me outside at 11:11 today. So 11:11 is coming through very strong. Divine timing. Focus and visualize on the highest possible outcome for you, being the happiest you can be. And it's not going to do you any harm to visualize the highest possible outcome for you and your twin together, but then let it go and get on with your life. That would be my input. So, this illuminated space of no distraction, and pure potential is beyond the threshold. It is silent, meditative moment out of time, the centered and present place beyond the hustle in the mind outside world. It is where all dreams are birthed, and it is the light we may fear to be darkness when, just for one moment, everything ceases to exist. This is a place between the worlds, a womb before we incarnate, and from here we can choose where we go. The land has been tiled in readiness for the flowers we wish to seed. Outdated doors have been closed, and the space between the breaths we open the new ones. What may be perceived as endless black nothingness is actually the illuminated eternal, the core that all fears may be peeled back to. When we step through the darkness, I think the step through the darkness bit is about a lot of people coming out of a dark night so suddenly, like before you know it, you're at the end of the tunnel. Remember, it was about a month ago, I kept channeling the light at the end of the tunnel, or things about the lighthouse, and I feel a lot of people could be in this Lionsgate portal, like, oh my god, I'm finally feeling a lot better, got the clarity that I need, kind of thing. When we step through the darkness, we realise that it's only a short distance away from the void at the centre of the creation in heaven. Herein lies the feeling that we may have been striving for our whole life to meet, and yet simultaneously, subconsciously running from. That definitely feels like a lot of masculines realising you're enough. That's the prayer that I would put out there, that realising you're enough, in this place of graceful surrender, we know we are held and allow ourselves to spaciousness to drop deeper in the experience of resistance. And I'm really saying that with I'm sending out a lot of love to all of you that are feeling this, because with a few people I've spoke to over email, more than just a couple, there's a strong theme, where's those cards, of low self-worth right now in many people. So there's loads of astrological reasons for that. Chiron, retrograde in Aries, going inwards, you could be overly examining yourself there, and with that raw Aries energy, raw wounds, especially if you've got some strong Aries planets. Mirror, your divine mirror could really be in that. So again, if you're not resonating with that, it's probably because you, like, for instance, like, I remember when I was in that part of my journey, and it was felt very unworthy, not good enough. It felt generally quite shit. That's what the dark night of the soul is. And you think you're never going to get to the end of it, but you do. And my guides told me the whole way, like, look, you're going to be a dark night of the soul teacher, so we're really putting you through it. And they weren't kidding, because I was in that place for a long time. That's why I really am a teacher of it, and I've helped loads of people. I've helped many, many people through their dark night of soul, to not only get through the other side of their dark night of soul and be grateful they're through it, but also do amazing things. So I'm really proud of anyone that I've ever. That's most people that I've done therapy with have went on to help others and stuff. Companion, soul family, expression. I feel there's a lot of light codes coming through to block the energy at the throat chakra. Right, okay, so 11, to unblock the energy at the throat chakra. I just saw paradigm shift as well. So you could, this is a day where people could have huge paradigm shifts. So that's what I mean. You could go from feeling like crap to feeling amazing. Be open to the miracles. And again, come and join us on the live stream tonight. I'll make sure I'm in a high energy. I've done loads of walking on the beach today. I need to stop being so expressive. That's an expression. I need to stop being so expressive with my hand. But my mum's such a sweetheart right now. My mum's actually healing from something herself. And we were going in and out looking after each other. But it's, yeah, I've just hung out in their garden all day and she's been putting arnica oil in my hands. So it's, and I've got some took away with me. So, too elusive and mysterious to define, and knowing without words the spaces in between life force energy. So yeah, feels like it fits. And we've got the infinite 49. So very interesting. Yeah, I do think with that popping into my, whenever I see the word limitless, I always do think of things to do with that film now. Not always that exact example, but that was the one that came to me, and I'm just getting very strong memories of, like I said, it was years ago, this had been said to me, but it was to do with the divine masculine. So, well, specifically it was mine. But it's, so, well, there's that actually, you know, that put that information out that when it happens, it sounds like it's going to be pretty intense. So, you know, sending all my love and energy for that, Twinflame. But, yeah, but it's just like, you know, when you know, it's all going to come in really quickly. And that's how it happened for me. So that makes sense. That's how it happened for mine. Very intense, not for everyone, but I don't know if that's how it works, but I would think it probably is how it works. So it's kind of similar. The eternal life force cycles of growth rising from the ashes, many deaths and rebirths. That's like what I just said about the mini dark night soul within one's life. You are so much more than your physical body. The beings in Lemuria are said to have lived for many hundreds of years. As they were only partially incarnated, their bodies were much lighter, less physically actualized, and less affected by aging. They were also aware of their infinite nature. The Lemurians were multidimensional beings and regularly traversed realms other than the physical, including the places before and after death. As we become aware that we're so much more than our physical bodies, we may experience a sense of the eternal. Thus, fear around death gives way to recognising new beginnings, so we remember that what is real and focus on what we wish for this life. Whatever we believe will happen when our body goes back to Earth, we can live to the fullest while we're here in this incarnation. Now your loved ones in spirit might be around really close if you resonate with this, because my nose has got really, really itchy, and that's my sign for that. We may feel like you may feel like you have led many lives and expressed different faces to the world. We can experience many, many deaths and rebirths as we allow outdated parts of ourselves to fall away. When we choose to align our lives with our spirit, we may find we experience more of these mini deaths. They can be daunting, but are fast tracking our growth to prepare us for the shining new chapter that beckons. You know, the other really interesting thing is, that's weird, that particular card hasn't got keywords. Why have the other ones got? Oh, no. Thought they did all have keywords. Is the other part of that film I'm just being reminded of is right before that happens, because that's he gets all this rush of downloads and energy that comes to him after he takes the pill. But it's like right before that, he's like really depressed, like he's not shaved, he's not getting out of his bed, he's looking like shit, feeling like shit. So I mean, this sounds like a dark night of the soul, but you know what I mean? Like, so that could resonate too, that some of you could be feeling quite depressed, quite down. They keep pulling me that card where it says I'm going through a lot, and I can't believe they're picking that up, because I'm going through a lot too. My fucking hand's agony here. It's not agony, but it's achy, you know, it's not quite calling in all the prayers and healing for that. But you know what I mean, that's even fitting with what I'm saying. Like, someone's not doing their best, you know, not doing the best, like, and they go from feeling that to woo. And that was, I think, why that was said to me at that point. So again, I'm just saying like that, and that was, yeah, because I know how this worked, you know what I mean? It was just that I knew it's like, right, whatever. Right, okay, so the card of rebirth can appear after challenges that have required a level of surrender. You've arrived at a beginning, revel in your newfound inner freedom, blockages have fallen away, doors are opening, Lionsgate portal doors are open now. And there are opportunities to step into it. Right, I know what they're going to say now. I was just thinking about this the other day. So exactly tomorrow, so it'll be interesting what I put out for tomorrow, but tomorrow, it was exactly, I worked about 7 years ago or something, I think it was 7 years ago, that I saw my twin flame from afar. And we both didn't talk to each other because, like I said, I'm not like, it's, you know, although I've got this gift and I can do this, like, you just have to trust me. I say I'm not a nosy person. Like, I don't actually ever really want to know what's going on in his life. I've always been like that, because it just, I'm so sensitive. It's just easier for me that way. If I happen to find out, because you fucking know, like when I was younger, I couldn't fucking, I was going to hear shit, but it's but even back then, sometimes I didn't know. But anyway, the point was is I didn't know. You know, I didn't know what his situ was, where he was with anyone or not, and he wouldn't have known about me either. But I mean, I've been single the whole fucking time. But anyway, the point is I do feel like there can be like things to do with timeline shifts and that, and that's what they were talking to me about recently, was with that being a full moon all that time ago, and this is now a full moon again on the same day. There could be things like big, massive timeline shifts to do with your journey with things like that. You know what I mean? Like, it's an opportunity. 1140. It's not 1140. Sorry, it was my twin flames number, is what I meant to say there. You know what I mean? It's like opportunities that you may have missed in the past, and because it's 7 years, a whole karmic cycle, it's like you've got a chance to not fuck it up again. You know what I mean? And I'm not saying that he fucked anything up that night. Like I said, I don't think he actually probably would have. What, I don't know. That's something that I would love to know the answer to, because it's like I was getting loads of memories back that night again. It was last night. It was like popping into my dreams, and I was like, what if he did want me? Like, what if he was wanting me to say hi to him? You know? Like, I was wanting him to say hi to me, and he was wanting me to say hi to him, and none of us fucking said hi to each other. We missed the opportunity. Because all we did was hi. Like, even if he was with someone, it's like, it's alright to say hi to each other. We didn't even do that. It's just really sad. I don't know, you know. I was going to say I'm over it now. Well, I have to be over it. You know, it's in the past now, but it's kind of like, I think they're using that symbolically to be like, should this ever happen again? Like, you know, like life, sorry to use that clip, but life really is too short to do stuff like that. And me and him done that loads of times, and it's sad. Like, you know, I'm acknowledging that for both of us. It's sad, like it's sad boo-hoo, but it's also sad as fuck, you know what I mean? Like, why? Anyway, so there we go. Stretch your wings and see how far they can reach. Rise from the ashes like a phoenix. That's what this channel aims to help you do. Born anew, ready for a new cycle of growth. See, I can see it is all sort of fitting there. Celebrate, honour the road that brought you here, and prepare to take flight with the tools you have gathered through your elevation process. That's quite a interesting message for Lionsgate Portal. What else have we got? And Master Jesus coming out just casually again. Divine masculine energy. The master divine masculine energy. The ascended master. Also, who guides me in everything I do, Mary Magdalene Jesus. Wait a minute, Mary Magdalene, are you on the bottom? No, but Commander Ashtar is. There's definitely that's a strong energy coming through. Call to action, take charge, lead by example, walk your talk. Yeah, that's a very strong energy for this time, the Lionsgate portal. I think that one and that one. What else? Holy Amethyst. Divine Alchemy. Move beyond current challenges. Focus on what you desire. Yeah, focus on what you desire. Very important at this time. Oh, there's that one again. Hope. Love and acceptance. Love is yours. Recognise your divine worth. Choose on thoughts. Oh, wow, that's lovely when I was talking about self-worth. Yeah, you are divine and you are worthy, whether you are a woman or a man. Lemurians helping with this as well, light beings. Clairvoyance activated, absolutely, on this day. That's why they've made me go into that much detail. Again, that's what I'm saying. Like, the energy coming in can be like the switch in that guy. It's like, boom, you're going from feel like shite, from going from doom and gloom to boom. I titled one of my videos years ago that, and it was about a masculine going from that. So that could be, that's so clever, my guides. I would say that was the Lemurian guides saying that through me. Whether it was the one I channeled myself that was like that, or the one that someone had done for me, it was years ago. Both of these things were years ago. but some of this energy could be about for lots of people about now, you know. Psychic awareness, sensitivity, trust your intuition. Come. Oh my God. Right, I'm geeking out. Fucking Commander Ashtor's just come out of the other deck. Where was he? And the fact that I really homed in when I was like, oh, that's energy. Look, both decks. Leadership activation. Again, Leo is about leadership, love and leadership. And actually, it's Capricorn moon as I'm filming this. It's Aquarius moon by the time you're watching this, but it's Capricorn moon. That's both. Leo is about leadership, Capricorn's about leadership. So it's leadership activation. Time to evolve, trust in your ability to guide others. So like I said, if you're still going through your stuff now, keep doing it, but on the other side of it, oh fuck yeah, and then look, I spoke about lots of people that I've helped with their dark night a little bit, so all makes sense. Anyway, I'm going to leave this here because I want to have energy to do the live stream. So yeah, have an amazing Lionsgate portal, whether you're joining me tonight on the live or not, or whether you join me on the live that I'm doing right after this tonight, so it will be last night as you watch this, or it might be right after because I might publish it before. But yeah, just, you know, focus on what you desire and stay in your most high vibrational energy where possible. And I'm sending prayers if it's not possible and you're in a dark place. But yeah, don't dwell and think on the worst that could possibly happen. Please just suspend that, even if just for today. Ideally for the next few days. Until after the 12th, you can go into that doom and gloom if you want. But just, you know, focus on manifesting your highest timeline. And I'm sending you love and prayers and energy for that too. See you later.